It is what it is. We must get along. I'll get along. Yeah. True. Alright, so this is Dnaught. We're back to Dnaught story, chapter 10. Enter the fantastic healing hero. Alright. So Dnaught, should I read this in the old man voice? Get some practice in on the old man voice. And then you can tell me if my narration is good or not. Surprise me? Alright, here we go. Chapter 10. Enter the fantastic healing hero. A couple more days passed. I woke up alone to a too quiet base. No deadpan quips from Elias coming from across the room. No Solaris yelling at someone. And definitely no Pluto looming like a human thundercloud. Just me, a crumpled blanket, and the dull ache of every injury I'd collected like bad souvenirs. I blinked at the ceiling and sat up way too fast. Pain rippled down my ribs like a slow-motion car crash, and my left leg throbbing in time with my heartbeat. My crutch leaned against the bed like a loyal steed waiting for its limping knight. "Fool," I muttered, dragging myself to my feet. Left alone in a top-secret hero base. Definitely not how horror movies start. I shuffled into the hall, one crutch tap at a time. The lights hummed softly overhead, casting clean white lines across the floor. The base was almost normal to me by now, but I guess if someone from, say, Ohio wandered in, they'd probably think it was an alien ship. I made my way toward the labs. R&D always had some life, even at ungodly hours. Sure enough, I passed Jules and Kit arguing about plasma viscosity, which is apparently a real thing and not just a sci-fi buzzword. "Still in one piece," Kit called. "Barely," I said. "Emotionally, though, I'm being held together by duct tape." "Good," Jules said, not looking up. "Means you're still usable." Touching. Mara waved vaguely from behind a mountain of wires and screens. I waved back. Not that she noticed. I kept wandering. The base felt weirdly big without the others around. Like the air had too much room. I passed through a curved hallway lined with surveillance feeds and fake plants. My crutch echoed with every step. "Well, if it isn't the miracle rookie I've heard so much about." I stopped, turned. Halcyon? The healing hero. Paragon member. Former medical prodigy, now full-time legend. He stood like a statue built to make people feel safe. Tall, graceful. Halcyon. Graceful, handsome, and wrapped in a suit of clean white and gold that shimmered faintly under the lights. His white gloves were fingerless, and his boots didn't even have scuffs. His brown hair was perfectly combed, not a single strand in his eyes. I stared at him for too long, probably, with my mouth open. I said unintelligibly. He smiled, and it was warm, like a blanket fresh out of the dryer. "Didn't mean to startle you," he said. His voice was smooth, but not fake, comforting in a way that made my spine unclench without permission. "You're Leo, right?" "Oh, I definitely made a sound. You know that." "Word gets around," he said, stepping forward. "Besides, I keep tabs on the promising ones." I did my best not to combust on the spot. When I was 10, I dressed as him for Halloween, and corrected everyone who called me White Power Ranger. "You're like my sister's favorite hero, I said, voice too high. She used to tell people you could bring people back from the dead. Halcyon chuckled, eyes crinkling. She sounds like a sweetheart. She's smarter than me, I blurted. Way smarter. I'm sure she's proud of you, he said gently. God, he was so calm. I felt like a feral raccoon in comparison. You are visiting? I asked, trying to get my heart rate below hummingbird. I work with the Paragon Division in Midtown. I was doing a check-in on a recovery case nearby and figured I'd stop in. Say hello to the rising star. He smiled again. You're a hard person to miss these days. Midtown, I repeated, blinking. So you're based in New York. He nodded. Born and raised East Village, actually. East Village, that's where Josh... I bit the thought off before it got loud. That's cool, I said instead. Always wanted to live somewhere with, like, working sidewalks and fewer raccoons. For a second there, Dnaught, I was like, who's Josh? And I was like, oh, the fucking kid he rescued. Duh! Idiot! Fucking retard! Can't remember a fucking story? God. That's cool. Who's Josh? It's funny because that's my best friend's name. My best friend's name is Josh. So, the name throws me off just a little bit. That's cool, I said instead. Always wanted to live somewhere with, like, working sidewalks and fewer raccoons. Halcyon laughed. Again. You've had a rough week, he said. Heard about the hospital incident with the kid. I tensed. My grip on the crutch tightened. He noticed, and his voice softened. I'm not here to interrogate you, he said. Just wanted to offer help, physical or emotional or whatever you need. I don't know about this, Dnaught. Does this seem sus to you? Because I feel like there's going to be people keeping their eye on Leo for reasons that Leo doesn't necessarily want them to be keeping their eye on him for, if you know what I mean. Because we obviously know that whatever is happening goes pretty deep into the government. So there could always be that guy that's the fucking spy just waiting to get the information. So I am weary of people showing up randomly uninvited, especially in a time when there appears to be no one here. How convenient. I know, but it makes me wonder, right? That's what's important, is it makes me wonder. Can I? He said, he asked, nodding to my arm. I hesitated, then held it out, stepped closer and placed his hand just above the brakes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Warmth flooded the space between skin and cast. Not hot, just gentle, like sunlight through glass. I could feel the pain ease. My breathing slowed without me noticing. I knew the basics about his gift. Speed up healing and cellular repair. The kind of power medics dream of and villains would kill to get. He removed his hand and I blinked down at my arm. It didn't hurt anymore. Not even a little. I didn't fully heal it, he said. Just nudged your system the right way. Let your body finish the job naturally. It should be finished by the end of the day. Damn, Dnaught, I've never, ever even thought about that. That is a very, very interesting take on healing. I really like it.
it's not that, like, let's say his abilities aren't that good. It's that he's smart enough to know that if he does it himself, your body's never going to truly, like, you know, it might hurt the, like, let's say the arm gets injured again, and it's like, it's relying on that so your arm doesn't repair, right? So it's like, yeah, that's a very thoughtful, little, tiny, nice little piece of information that is never really, I really liked coming up with his power. It has some more applications offensively, too, to get introduced later on down the line. Nice. That's so sick. I just love the way that you think about things, Dnaught. That you put that slightly tiniest little bit of nuanced essence into it that makes it so fucking amazing. Just like, how has this never been done before? Or how have I never heard this being done before?
How does it work? I asked before I could stop myself. Halcyon paused. Not like he was hiding something, just thoughtful. Everyone's cells operate on a rhythm, he said. I can shift the beat, speed it up or slow it down. Too much and the system crashes. But just enough, he smiled, you get miracles. You're the real deal.
That reminds me, like, again, another tangent. Reminds me of, like, an explanation of, like, Mirio's power in My Hero Academia. That it's like, you'd be like, man, this is like the most OP motherfucking power ever. And then he explains, like, the control you have to have. The loss of senses. Like, everything has to be exactly planned. And it's like, the thought and the usage of the power is it depends how you use it and the work you put in. Exactly. It's not like it's just something simple that's like, oh, I can get stronger and I can get better at this. Like, you know, it's something else entirely, which is so fucking interesting. I love that. And it just gives that, again, air of uniqueness to the entirety of your story in every aspect. It's almost like that uniqueness is your style of consistency to say, I can take this concept and add my peace of mind to it.
You're the real deal, I said, shaking my head. No offense to the others, but like, wow. He chuckled, then put a hand lightly on my shoulder. I tried to be. As he turned to leave, I caught something. His smile dipped.
Okay, now it makes more sense. He's a healer. He showed up to heal the wounded kid. Okay, that makes more sense as to why he's here. I'm just retarded. I missed, like, the most obvious shit, but I can pick apart the middle. I can tell what the center of the onion is before the fucking skin even comes off. But I couldn't tell you that it's a fucking onion. Definitely a Deus Ex Machina, I won't lie, but it's good. You know, cliches work for a reason. You just have to know why they work and use that and capitalize on that.
He turned to leave. I caught something. His smile dipped. Then it was back to normal. You ever need anything, he said. Walking backwards a few steps. You come find me, rookie. I mean that. Wait, I said before my brain could intercept the impulse. If you're heading out, could I come with you?
I can't have Leo with a broken arm for the entire book, but I also needed him to have consequences from his first fight. True. I mean, what? Huh? I mean, yeah.
I rubbed the back of my neck, since you literally just healed me. Oh, Jesus. Halcyon stopped mid-step, brow raised. You want to tag along? I mean, yeah, I rubbed the back of my neck. Since you literally just healed me, I figure I might as well. See how the popular heroes do it, you know, for professional development. He blinked once, then laughed. A warm, honest sound that bounced off the metal walls like sunlight off glass. You're serious, he said, catching his breath. Unfortunately, I muttered. You've got guts, man, Cat Patrol Engine. In pajama pants, though. I looked down at myself. Oversized t-shirt and plaid pajama bottoms. Hey!
Fuck yeah. I resonate, bro. I resonate.
One sock, half on.
Talk is Leo. Oh shit! I have the glasses. I am blonde, but I grew my hair out. And I don't go outside, so there's no real point in being able to control the wind. But, you know, I can call things to me. It's like having a fan in the bong, though. Super nice.
One sock, half off, and winced. Right, 5 minutes. 10 minutes later, I was back, hoodie zipped, cargo pants secured, boots laced, scarf and goggles in place. Alcyon gave me an approving nod as we made our way through the base's upper corridor and out onto the surface lot, where a sleek white Paragon-issued hovercar waited. The gull-wing doors lifted like something out of a Bond movie. I pretended not to be impressed. Midtown was its usual chaos. Horns, tourists, the scent of pizza and hot concrete baking under the sun. It was jarring after the quiet of the base, but not in a bad way. I missed noise. I missed people. I just didn't miss them staring at me. Not that they were looking at me specifically, they were looking at him. Alcyon walked like a beacon, polished and tall, his gold trim catching the sun like a lens flare. You always get this kind of welcome? I asked as we crossed the crosswalk near 45th and Lex. Only when I wear the shiny suit, he said with a wink. He slowed his pace a little to match mine, hands clasped behind his back, like this was just a walk in the park and not a public appearance. You from the city? He asked. Brooklyn. Mom's lived there her whole life. She a fan of the Cape crowd? I huffed. That's one way to put it. Steph, my older sister, she's the reason I'm such a hero nerd. She used to make me wear matching capes when we watched old battle reels. I was 5. You didn't stand a chance. And your dad? The question hit soft. Still hit, though. He, doesn't approve of what I'm doing, really, I said, trying to keep it even. Retired pro? I nodded. Maybe a bit too fast. Lost his leg a while ago, doesn't like to talk about it. Alcyon didn't push, just nodded with a kind of practiced sympathy that made me feel seen without poked. You're lucky, he said after a beat, having people like that behind you. I didn't say anything for a second. Then, what about you? What's your deal? You and Pluto know each other? Yes, he said. Go back a long time. We were on opposite sides of the same disaster, you could say. I blinked. Which one? The New Bridge incident. I stopped walking, just for a second. My dad mentioned that, I said. When Pluto offered me the job, he didn't say what it was, just that people died because of Pluto. Alcyon turned, surprise flickering across his face like I'd just said something off script. He told you about that. Alcyon stared at me, not long, maybe a second and a half, but it was the kind of pause that said, you're not supposed to know that. Then he smiled again, just like before. So you know, huh? I was furrowing. Know what? He waved a hand. Nothing. I just assumed someone would have filled you in by now. That's not ominous at all. He chuckled again, but it was more muted this time. The New Bridge incident was a failure. Not just structurally, though, the bridge did collapse, but in terms of everything, planning, oversight, people died, people that weren't supposed to. I swallowed, something sharp settling behind my ribs, and you were there. I was there, he said. So was Pluto and his wife. We saw what happens when good intentions aren't enough. He kept walking, more slowly this time, and I followed.
That goes so hard. When good intentions aren't enough. So fucking true. The world does not run off of good intentions. It runs off of action. And as Wizard's second rule, I think it's Wizard's second rule, the greatest of intentions leads to the worst of harm.
So, what went wrong? I asked. I mean, if it was that bad, wouldn't there be reports, news? There were, he said. Scrubbed. You'll find articles about infrastructure failure, bureaucratic miscommunication, but not the truth. He gave a quiet hum of agreement. The truth rarely makes the headlines. So I've been told. A few blocks passed in silence. The noise of the city filled the space. Kids laughed in a nearby park, and sirens whined in a distance like an off-key violin. Eventually, Halcyon glanced at me. You know, he said, I think you're going to be a good hero. I snorted. You just met me. I've met enough to know which ones are pretending. I opened my mouth to make a snarky comeback. Something about pretending being half the job, when Halcyon suddenly slowed to a stop. We were near a bank on 6th, a modest brick building sandwiched between a pharmacy and a bakery. Nothing special, except for the van parked across the street, the clumps of people holding boom mics and cameras, and the white folding chairs lined up on the sidewalk like someone had cold cut during a really weird picnic. I said, I am concussed again. Or is that a film crew? Halcyon sighed. Brace yourself. For what? Before he could answer, a man in a director's vest, a headset, raised a megaphone and bellowed, And action! Across the street, 2 men in ski masks and tactical vests strutted into the bank like they owned the place. One even pointed a fake-looking rifle at the glass doors like this was some low-budget action movie. Fucking ads! God damn it! Intruding on all of my shit, getting in my way, calling up all this. I don't fucking feel it anymore, guys. I am telling you right now, when we love ads, we love ads. Ads are good. Watch your ads. Remember, kids, watch your ads. If you don't watch your ads, you don't get supper. If you don't get supper, you won't grow strong. How your throat feeling doing the voice? The voice doesn't hurt my throat. It hurts like, I don't know why. It's fucking, it hurts my neck. Because when I do it, I strain. I don't know why, but I'm like flexing the entire time, and I'm trying to tell myself I don't need to flex to do the voice. But I was like, it's so good. I don't need to do that. I can still do the voice without it. It just takes more of my jaw muscles to move about with it. But it does not affect my voice at all. No, because like the whole point is like training, right? I have to be able to do it for at least an hour and a half straight if I'm going to be using it as a narrative voice. Because I want to use different voices, like the last stories we did. We used all of the voices. So the very first one we went through like this, and the second one we went through normally, and then the third one we did this one. And for the first stories of Lisa Lives Forever, for the Blue Horror Stories, we used this voice. So we would see the difference in the narration strategy between Dnaught stories and Blue Horror Stories. But anyways, we back. One even pointed a fake-looking rifle at the glass doors like this was some low-budget action movie. I took a step forward.
But what do you think of the voice, Dnaught? Like, narrate, because like, people keep telling me the 2 reasons that I'm not gaining traction is the narrating voice is weak and the hook on the videos is weak. Those are the two things that are holding me back. It's very well done. Well, thank you. Because my problem is I'm concentrating so much on doing the voice. Like, this was my theory. If I'm concentrating on, like, doing whatever voice I'm doing, right? I get pulled out of it, and that's what I'm concentrating on, so I'm not concentrating on the script, so it doesn't feel like I'm reading. But if I'm just doing, like, my normal voice, I'm just sitting there, like, reading, right? So I'm like, if I can use the voice to train myself, to put myself into the mindset of doing that, it'll improve my narration overall. So I'm hoping that's actually happening, right?
Halcyon's hand shot out and landed gently but firmly on my shoulder.
Oh wait, we have to go back and read this because it was ads.
One even pointed a fake-looking rifle at the glass doors like this was some low-budget action movie. I took a step forward. Halcyon's hand shot out and landed gently but firmly on my shoulder. "Don't," he said. I stared at him. "They've got guns, real or not. Someone inside could—" "Wait." I turned back, jaw half open, ready to argue, and then the sky above the bank exploded in orange light. "Burn bright!" Something crashed down from above like a comet. No, someone. Fire spiraled on impact, flaring outward in a perfect circle of heat and light as a figure dropped in from the rooftops and hit the pavement in a dramatic crouch. The sidewalk cracked beneath him, smoke curled around his boots, and standing tall in the middle of it all, flame-tipped gauntlets, suit scorched at the edges, molten orange insignia blazing across his chest, was the flame hero Eruption. My jaw hit the concrete. I don't even know what came out of my mouth. Some garbled mix of "oh my god" and a dolphin noise. I think I forgot how breathing worked. Halcyon just smiled faintly. "There he is." "There he is," I echoed, voice warbling like he'd just seen Beyonce. Eruption pointed dramatically at the bank entrance. "Civilians inside! Time to shine, kid!" The second figure darted forward from the sidewalk, shorter and fast on their feet. They rushed to the building without hesitation, expertly herding people toward the exits with clear, practiced movements. And as the last group spilled out, I got a better look. Slicked back red hair, freckles, big anxious energy shoved into a crisp hero uniform. What the fuck is his name? I'm like, what is his name? Hank? I don't know why I want to say Hank. It's not Hank. The fuck is his name? Harvey! I knew it started with an H. Damn it! I knew it started with an H. My eyebrows hit my forehead. Harvey? Harvey?
You were close, yeah.
I stared, my brain taking the slow train to comprehension. Halcyon glanced sideways. "You know him? We were together on the day of the protest." I grinned. Eruption burst out of the bank, dragging the two robbers in tow. Both clearly actors, now that I could see their advertisement-laden prop guns and staged combat bruises. The crowd across the street burst into applause. "Wait," I said. "This was all staged?" Most spontaneous public hero ops are.
I fucking knew it. That's exactly how it would be in real life. They don't want to show the actual event in case something goes wrong. They don't want to show that live on TV, right? That's so fucking good. I love it. I love it. Exactamundo. Hell yeah. Love it.
Most spontaneous public hero ops are, Halcyon said with a shrug, frowning. PR's a different kind of battlefield. I didn't respond. I was already drifting across the street, past the gawking civilians and the girl with a clipboard who looked like she'd tackle me for breaking perimeter. Harvey had just finished high-fiving a little kid when I came up behind him and poked his shoulder. Surprise! He jumped like I'd tased him. He whirled around and nearly tripped over his own feet. Leo, you're here! Yo, fellow groupie. Oh my god, Harvey whispered. I work with Eruption. I high-fived a child. Are you seeing this? I really had to get into that one, don't worry about it. I am seeing this, I said. Do that. Wait, what? Is she gonna? No, she go. Oh wait. Oh no, what? Oh. I am seeing this, I said, and I didn't even throw up. He made a noise like a dying toaster and slapped his hand over his face. Harvey pulled me off to the side, away from the clamor of camera gear and extras pretending to be bystanders. Eruption was already chatting with Halcyon, the two of them laughing like old friends who definitely had private jets and 12 charities between them. You knew this was going to be staged? I asked, glanced over my shoulder as one of the ski-masked robbers took a selfie with a boom mic operator. Harvey scratched the back of his neck, sheepish. Yeah, Eruption does most of his big stuff for TV spots or city contracts. They're usually like an editing team involved. There's usually like an editing team involved. I blinked. So, what? The dramatic punchline, catchphrases, and burning stunts are all just content. Kind of? He winced. Don't get me wrong, he's still a hero, he just creates his heroics. Creates. That word hit like a rock in my stomach. All this time, I thought being a hero meant running into danger, not rehearsing it. The idea it could be staged, that could sell it like... Then you could sell it like a commercial. I gnawed on the inside of my cheek. It didn't sit right. Not at all. But then Harvey grinned at me and pushed the feeling down. He looked so damn proud. I mean, hey, I said, forcing a smile. You're out here doing the thing. That's huge, man.
And to be fair, people absolutely underestimate how important PR actually is, especially for something that's like, for instance, if PR for the police was good, people wouldn't be saying defund the police. PR for the police is fucking horrible. It's like, how? How are you so bad at this kind of shit? Like, you don't even have a fucking speech, you're just winging it. Grab a teleprompter, let's go, man. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, it creates such a bad public image for, like, law enforcement in general. Because all everyone ever sees is the mistakes, right? That's all anyone ever pays attention to. Never the successes, only ever the mistakes. So again, you've taken another thing that's like, and added this unique twist to it, where it's like, yeah, there are things like, look at the boys, right? Yeah, PR, but like, I really like this.
He beamed. You too. I heard some rumors, but what's going on with you?
Yeah, there's two sides for this operation. Focused on PR or focused on doing actual good. Harvey is good-natured and does want to help, so I created him to be a mix of both worlds. He's not a mainstay in the cast, but he plays a role. Hell yeah.
I let out a slow breath and leaned against the wall. Buckle up. Got picked up by this Pluto guy. I'm his sidekick now. Harvey's jaw dropped. I almost got nearly shot in an abandoned hospital by a gifted gun hand teacher. Long story, very traumatic. I'll unpack it later. And I saved a kid. Oh, and I chose a hero name. His eyes bugged out. Holy crap! I'm Libra now, I said, shrugging one shoulder. Or balance, or wind, I guess. Take your pick. Are you saying Harvey dies?
Wait. Fuck. I mean, that's one way to do it. I wasn't thinking that. I was we all die of old age eventually. I fucking love it, Dnaught. Such a great answer. Does that have a spoiler in it? Like, there's some guy that has, like, an aging factor, and it's like he, like, ages Harvey into, like, old age, and then it, like, phases him out of the story because he, like, dies of old age when he's, like, 21, right? Like, they're, like, 18 to 21, right? I don't know exactly how old they are. That's just where my mind goes, okay, Dnaught? It always goes to the darkest, most fucked up way it can be. And then I say, how can it get worse from here? This is the happy-go-lucky time. Let's drop it down. Okay.
You're kidding. He looked like he might explode. Leo, that's real stuff, like actual boots on the ground hero work. Yeah, I said, a little quieter. Pluto doesn't really do staged. Harvey's smile filtered for a second. Jealousy, or worry, or maybe both. But he recovered quickly. Still, that's insane. I thought I was cool for learning how to fall without spraining anything. You are cool, I said, poking his arm. You've got a matching uniform and a slogan to shout. That's at least 2 more things than I've got. Just then, Eruption walked over, all glowing charisma and liberal heat. The air shimmered faintly around him, like even the sunlight was trying to impress him. Xerox, he boomed. Interview in an hour, champ. Let's move. Harvey nodded. Yes, sir, coming. Eruption turned his eyes on me and gave a nod. Not a word, just a nod, but it was like being acknowledged by a living monument. I might have squeaked. Not saying I did, but I love it. I will not... I haven't revealed Harvey's gift yet, so that name is a hint of sort. Interesting. So he has, like, the ability to, like, copy things? I'm a sucker for copy abilities. That's such a good fucking name. It's so off the path, but it's so on point. I love it. That was basically exactly what I thought. I was like, okay, he's gonna be the shadow clone, dude. It's gonna be the twice! Like, I don't know if it's just his body, if he can copy other things, who the fuck knows, right? Like, does he need to build it up? Or is he more like, what's her name? The chick that can literally create stuff. The chick with the huge tits. Yeah, the name's a hint to talk literally on the nose. Tatsumori K, many salutations. I was browsing the writing and reading section and thought I'd stop in and see what's going on here. Hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome, Tats. Are you a writer? Are you a reader? Are you a purveyor?
of stories. Do you enjoy creativity and imagination? Are you an explorer of the world of words? Welcome, welcome. I'm Intoxication, and here we do beta reading as well as tips and tricks and reacts to improve your writing skills. A little bit of drawing and a little bit of writing myself, as well as fucking around, entertainment, and as many rants as I can get off. Currently, we are reading Dnaught story, which is kind of a mix between My Hero Academia and The Boys. That's how I would put it. But
thank you for redeeming Chair Dance.
or we just go straight off the rails, right?
Please fully enjoy this immersive experience.
True. But yeah, I write short stories mainly in fantasy and sci-fi, but you know, I'm breaching out into horror, which is what we've been doing lately. But what kind of things do you write, Tatsu? I'm a writer, reading, voice actor, gamer, lore keeper, DM, and hobbyist artist.
Keep
Hell
dancing, bitch,
yeah!
it ain't over yet.
You're gonna fit in absolutely perfectly here, bro. That's epic. Voice actor sounds amazing. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to develop my narrative skills for YouTube videos for my stories. As well as, like, different narrative, like, voices, you know? Accents, stuff like that. Nice. Oh, and hi, Dnaught. I'm guessing you guys know each other? Because the writing community is so much like that, everyone kind of really knows everyone, because, you know, it's a very small, niche, you know, part of Twitch, so between the viewers and streamers, there's only like 400 of us. The very last at least in passing. Yeah. I like to do the chair dances. Chair dances are fun, Queen. The only problem is now my chair feels like it's gonna break. Yeah, we're in a few of the same writing discords. Ah! I actually just joined a new writing discord today. Because every discord that... You guys are in a writing discord? Can I get in your writing discord? I'd love to be in your writing discord. Because I need a writing discord. That's an actual writing discord. Not my Discord. Or the writing Discords I'm in are, like, dead. That would be nice. Oh, as well as, feel free to, join the Discord. Especially if you want to show off your writing. I would love to beta read anything that you've written. The Writer's Den. Alright.
Get up, you fat fuck, and touch your toes. I know you can't, but try anyways. Don't fall over, though.
Queen, I can't believe it. Why would you do this to me? Oh, why would you make me, do things that are uncomfortable and bring me outside of my comfort zone? I don't like leaving my bubble. My bubble only exists inside of my chair. If I leave the chair, I leave the bubble. If I leave the bubble, my comfort level drops. It's like in The Sims. I'm like angry and frustrated and like I gotta go to the bathroom and I hate my job. Why is life so hard? I'm only 67 years old and I've written 7 books so far. Shit. Well, I never had a chance to have kids, but you know what? It's a game, right? So we'll just spawn in a couple of little fuckers and stick them in the backyard. Oh, it's true!
Nice try, better luck next time.
I know what I'm doing. Trust me, guys. Trust me, I'm bigger than this.
Fuck and touch your toes. I know you can't, but try anyways. Don't fall over, though.
I would show it off, but it's a monster. Just crossed the 800k mark. You gotta want to check it out. I read 1 chapter a day. So, you know, if that's like 5k a day, you know,
back.
We're currently reading Eye of the World. So, you know, we've got 14 books we gotta go through. So, I would love to check it out. Oh!
Spencer.
Fuck. Yes, okay. Okay. You're gonna make me do this tomorrow in the maid outfit, aren't you, Queen? Oh man, I'm not. No. Shit.
Nice try, better luck next time, fat ass. AYB. Get back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
My tits are gonna fall out. I gotta make sure that top is actually tight enough to keep my fucking tits in. Oh man.
It's time to go beyond. One for all. 100 million% Delaware Detroit smash.
True.
$68 quinquevigintillion 754 quaduorvigintillion 396 tresvigintillion 873 duovigintillion 975 unvigintillion 649 vigintillion 386 novemdecillion 793 octodecillion 487 septendecillion 659 sexdecillion 387 quindecillion 569 quaduordecillion 483 tridecillion 769
Because Smokey hadn't done it yet. Duh. We do weekly writing. We do the weekly writing prompt challenges in there as well. I've got a few winning submissions. Winners get turned into audio and upload on YouTube. I'll share a link after you're done reading. Oh, that sounds so good, Dnaught. I absolutely love that. Lol, I would show it off. Okay, we already did that. We are good to that. We are good to that. Okay, I think we are caught up. Oh no. It is the scat man. Here we go. Okay, I need to change that so we know we go to the scat. Because you know we need the scat. The scat is the good. The good is the scat. The good is the scat man. We do good. Doop. Doop-a-doop.
I'm a scat man.
Go back to normal, bitch. This shit ass accent.
Or did we go to the singer that is scat man in the brown? Or do we get the scat man to go beep bada boop 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 beep bada boop beep bada boop beep bada boop beep bada boop. It is a scat. Alright, definitely can't do that one. Oh no, it is way beyond me, I don't know.
Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. Everybody's saying that the scat man stutters but does and never stutter when he sings. But what you don't know, I'm gonna tell you right now that the stutter and the scat is the same thing. Yo, I'm the scat man.
Twist the bones and bend the back. Trim him of his baby fat.
Scat man.
Give him fur black as black. Just like this SSS.
The state of the condition insults my intuition and it only makes me crazy and hard like wood. Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, brother, so can you. I'm the scat man. Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. I hear you all asked out the meaning of scat. Well, I'm the professor, and all I can tell you is why you're still sleeping, the saints are still weeping, because things you call dead haven't yet had the chance to be born. I'm the scat man.
If I have any facts, right? The guy who sings this specifically made the song to disprove that he couldn't sing because of his stutter. I am not sure, I do not know, but that sounds about right. And then it like massively blew up because it's fat as fuck and badass. People love that shit.
Where's the scat man?
More videos on his channel, but this is still the best one. Yeah. It's like, how'd you come up with all these words? Dude, I just say these fucking words. I turned what I say into something that's epic. I took the normal and I made it not normal. Hell yeah. That's the shit right fucking there. Alright. Here we go. Let's go! Okay, get into it. So if you're a voice actor, Tatsu, you can tell me if my voice acting is good or not. So critique me down to the last little tiny detail or I will never improve. Here we go. Sorry, I needed a dance party. That's all good, Queen. It is what it is, right? Sometimes you just need to go out. Go all out. Where are we?
Dude, Harvey whispered. Did you just make a dolphin noise again? Shut up! He laughed and jogged a few steps before I called out. Wait, Harv! He turned. We're actually exchanging numbers this time, I said, pulling out my phone. No excuses. His face split into a grin as he bumped phones and saved contacts. Text me, he said. Seriously, I want updates on your weird gun teacher fights. Only if you send me behind-the-scenes footage of eruption using hair gel. We both cracked up. Then he was gone, jogging after his mentor, already being fussed over by someone with a clipboard. I let out a long breath and turned back toward Halcyon, who had wandered off to lean against a shaded bench with arms crossed, watching the scene wind down. Thanks, I said as I reached him, for letting me come. That was eye-opening. Halcyon looked at me for a long bait. Then he nodded once, slow and certain. We're gonna have an ad in a little second here, so before we're just gonna preempt the ad with fuck ads, and get your tokes ready. That's all I can really say, right? There's not much else in there. And there it goes! I'm not letting that shit interrupt me anymore. No, I'm getting my head out of my ass, and I'm sticking to the game when it comes to knowing when your ads are gonna pop. Pop those ads like I pop your... I mean, we're not gonna go there. We ain't gonna do that. We don't need to do that. Nah, it's all good. We don't need to worry. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. Okay, so, just so I know what I'm talking about, are you doing a British English accent while reading? Wait, does it sound like that? That's not the intent. Hints, it might be the brown seeking through. I think that might be what it is. The brown is just coming through with that little bit of oomph. I'm trying, it is more of an old man voice. It is supposed to be like, you know, the old general, old man veteran talking down to you. Telling you you're not good enough. You need to do better. You are not your full potential. You could be more than you are. Yeah, no, there's no intent of it being, like, British or English. It's just supposed to be, like, an old man voice. Like, a gruff, like... Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm hearing a slight English accent in there. Okay, that's, and like I said, that's probably, like, a little bit of the... Because, like, with the brown, it is, like, kind of on the way with that, so sometimes you can get them mixed up with them, so I think that is what is probably going on, because sometimes I hear it myself, and I'll say a word with a little bit of the accent, and I'll be like, oh no, that was not what I meant to do. We need to stick more to being more about the main thing. I just don't want to do, like, there is something to be said about horror stories in my voice, because my voice is, like, higher pitch, right? So it's like,
for the horror stories, I was like developing and using that voice could be interesting. It's a little test that we've been doing to see what kind of different narrative voices I can come up with. Plus, it helps me get into the mood of like knowing that I'm not reading, I'm talking. And the difference between like the feeling of someone that they're reading a script versus the feeling of someone who is talking directly to you. And using that voice tends to pull me out enough that I don't wind up, after like a couple of paragraphs, moving back into reading mode instead of presentation mode, for instance. Yeah, mine is too. Part of it, too, is if you just slow down just a tad so that you can put more weight on the words. Okay, I'll try that. Because, yeah, pausing and stuff like that has been a huge problem for me. And, like, when I'm reading someone else's story as well, I'm not... Like, I don't know what's going to happen, so I can't preempt it. Whereas if I'm reading a story I've either read before or my own story, it's like, I know what's going to happen, so, like, I know who's going to talk when, I know how they're going to feel while they're talking, even if tags haven't been introduced yet, right? So that can change, like, the quality of my voice acting overall. It's like whether... That's why I like reading other people's work, because I need to be able to get better at just putting myself in the position as I'm reading it and changing the tone as I'm reading to get it into it, right? And I'm a very, like, handsy, like, overemphasizing, hyperbolic speaker. So I'm trying to, like, take it back, sit back, be calm, enunciate my words, don't drag my words out, and give pauses. It's an extreme work in progress, but, you know, that's the direction we're trying to head right now. Anyways, 3, 2, 1, tote! Tatsu, let me ask you a question. What is your longest word count chapter in your book? I need to check. Okay. Use my hands all the time, but yeah, if I slow the speed down just a tad, it'll add a bit more weight to the words if you're reading a horror story. Okay. Do you want to read the beginning of Chapter 7? Yes, Queen, I would absolutely want to read the beginning of Chapter 7. 100%. 100%. Oh. It's getting hot in here. Too many tokes. Okay.
Halcyon looked at me for a long beat, and he nodded once, slow and certain. Don't think twice, he said. True heroes are rare, Libra. I'm glad Pluto found a real one. And for once, I didn't deflect. I just nodded back.
Okie dokie, I'll put it in the dock. Hell yeah.
Halcyon and I patrolled for a couple more hours or so after the eruption spectacular.
I feel like that's the wrong connotation. Shouldn't it just be spectacle? The eruption spectacle? Or eruption spectacular? Or is that supposed to be like in quotes? The eruption spectacular. Okay. Okay, I see. I see.
No stage directions, just the two of us helping people where we could. An old man whose groceries had been knocked into the street by a speeder bike, a teenager whose gift caused her to burst into tears whenever she got too happy, very messy birthday party, and a woman stuck in an elevator who turned out to be a famous food critic, critic and very vocal about the lack of air conditioning.
Quotes, yeah, I'll add quotes. You could even separate it and have the action of literally the character doing air quotes. But they're not saying it out loud, so I don't know. Okay, so longest chapter is about 22.k4 words, but it's broken up over 2 chapters. Okay, so you're not even close, Tatsumi. Basically, Connection Line, he has a chapter that's 100,000 words. A single chapter that's, well, it's more than 100,000 words. So, you know, people like to go on rants. I like to go on rants. I would read a 100,000 word rant. I do 100,000 word rants. I could literally do like probably a 1 million word rant about my fucking book. Just keep talking for like 4,000 hours straight. All the different nuances, all the tiny little things, all the information, all of the characters, all the background stories, all the side quests, all the timelines. Fuck. From the beginning of existence to the end, to be fair, when I wrote these, they happened over the space of a week each. I was just gonna say, it's like, don't worry that your book is 800k words. If it is, it is, right? There's always, it's like, never feel that your sentence is too long. The longest sentence in the English language is 13,000 words long. A single sentence, 13,000 words. So, you know, never feel constrained. The story is 800k. It spans 4 books so far. That's crazy. That's still 200k a book. Whereas, like, I feel Connection Line's book is gonna be like 4,000 pages. Thing's gonna be like fucking this. You're not even gonna be able to open the first page. It's only gonna open like the tiniest bit because it's too cram-packed. I still have like 2.5 books to go. Nice. Hell yeah. I want mine to only be 2 books. Because I don't want to dilly-dally. I just want to get the fucking story done. So I'm hoping for like 260 to 300,000 words. That's why I'm like, currently my main goal is concise. So instead of writing 8,000 word short stories, we're writing 1,000 word short stories. Or 300 word short stories. Or as simple as a 3-sentence short story, like...
I woke up in a sweat. She was leaning over me. Oh, you're awake? Finn.
Plan for Libra to be long form, taking from its comic roots. Makes sense, makes sense.
By the time we made it back to the base, soup, burn, grave.
Yes.
By the time we made it back to the base, the sun was starting to dip, casting long shadows across the compound entrance. As the security doors slid open with a familiar hiss, we stepped into the atrium, and I immediately heard Solaris before I saw her. Oh my god, if I hear the words calibration error one more time, I will spontaneously combust, and it will not be medical. She was stomping through the main hall in full rant mode, trailing 2 lab techs with ducklings too scared to interrupt. At the far end, leaning against the wall like he'd been sculpted there on purpose, was Elias, arms crossed and face unreadable except for the sharp, narrowed look he was giving Solaris. Or maybe it was the floor, or maybe life in general. Pluto stood near the center console, arms folded like an overworked detective from a noir film. He looked up the moment I stepped in. Halcyon smiled in the sight of them, but his gaze lingered a little too long on Elias. Not in a hey, pal kind of way, more like a I know what you did last summer kind of way. Elias shifted under the weight of it, then pushed off the wall and stalked off down the corridor. Two shadows curled behind him like they were trying to keep up. Then Halcyon turned to me and clapped a hand on my shoulder. Thank you for today, Libra. You've got something rare. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Thanks for the ride along. He gave Pluto a nod. Keep him alive. Pluto nodded back, just once. Always. With that, Halcyon walked off, the golden trim of his suit glinting faintly under the ceiling lights, holding up a peace sign as the door shut behind him. Solaris finally noticed me and stomped over. You! Where the hell did you disappear to? Just off becoming emotionally enlightened, I asked. I said, very dramatic and possibly life-changing. She rolled her eyes and socked me in the shoulder. Except, oh, right, I wasn't injured anymore. I didn't flinch. She paused, blinked. You're not faking anymore. Halcyon did the touchy heel thing. Ugh, I'm tired of this hot mug. She turned and headed toward the tech wing without another word, still muttering something about who knows what.
She like jealous or something? Solaris is a little weird to me.
I rubbed my now warm shoulder and turned to the last person standing, Pluto. He was watching me with that unreadable detective stare, the kind that made me feel like he already knew what I was about to say. Hey, I said. Hey. There was a pause. I met Eruption, I said finally. I heard. He's shorter in person. Also, might be a walking branding campaign. Pluto gave the barest twitch of a smile. And Halcyon, now, not what I expected, I said honestly, but good.
Yeah, she's kind of weird, chaotic, good even, kind of random. I like it. It gives her personality. Cause like, I'm either like she's jealous, in like two ways, right? Like she's jealous that the noob got to go out and see all the new stuff, or she's jealous because someone else got to like go out and have an adventure with Leo without her. Right? It's like, I don't know which one it is. It could be something else too, right? She did seem frustrated at the beginning, so she's just like, you know what? I'm just done with people today. People suck. So it's like, there's so much nuance to that. So another thing I'm noticing, as you change paragraphs, let it hang there for a second before reading on. It'll give it some more weight. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I gotta slow down! Slow down! Okay, so work on slowing down.
He's shorter in person. Also, might be a walking brand campaign. Pluto gave the barest twitch of a smile. And Halcyon? Not what I expected, I said honestly, but good. He said something about the kind of hero I could be. It felt nice. Pluto nodded, slow. You are real, Leo. That's what I've been telling you. We stood there for a minute, in the middle of the empty atrium. Just me, him, and the quiet hum of machines behind the walls. I know I talk a lot, I said, shifting my weight, like an obscene amount. I've noticed. But I'm really trying with all of this, with you. I know I've been here a little while, but you don't have to explain, Pluto said, voice softer than usual. I get it. There was another pause. Silence stretched between us. Get some rest, he said finally. Tomorrow's going to be a long one. I nodded, then started toward my room. Leo? I paused and turned. Pluto didn't move, and he definitely didn't smile, but his voice was a little warmer. I'm proud of you. The door slid shut before I could say anything.
There you go. Now we're reading a horror story. Okay. Okay.
The door slid shut before I could say anything back. And I'm thankful it closed. My face was bright red, and I was grinning. But I said, thanks, anyway.
Hell yeah, Dnaught. That was a ride of a chapter. Two absolutely unexpected twists. The hero healing him going out there, and then the whole, oh, eruption's fake, plus finding Harvey there. It's like, wow, this chapter is just jam-packed. It's crazy. And then the ending was like perfect, of like, actually, well, there is one thing of, it comes around in a way, right? So, the beginning of the chapter, Pluto and everyone else is gone, right? And then Leo leaves. And then Leo comes back and everyone's like, well, where the fuck were you? But Leo should be like, well, what do you mean? Where the fuck were you? So I feel like that might have just been like his response to that, of being like, the reason you didn't know where I was is because you weren't here in the first place. How the hell was I supposed to know where you were? So I was like, I'm not waiting around all day like this. You know, that's what I'm like imagining in my head, right? The direction for that to go with it. I do enjoy this little Pluto-Leo scene, but I'm actively reworking the whole Halcyon stuff and little stuff. I want to include Leo and Halcyon actually doing something aside from just saying they did it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Well, since we haven't read Queen's story, we'll go Queen's story, and then if you want, we will read your story, Tatsu. If you want, chapter 1. I would enjoy that. Oh yeah, and this is my most recent submission. That won. Oh, let's check this out. I'm so down for this. I need to learn. I need to learn. Okay. I'm nervous. It's okay, Queen. Popper!
So, yeah, here's the thing. Naps are
Actually, when you're
supposed to
getting
be
ready for bed, I'm not
and
going to be up for
super
much
chill.
longer. Oh yeah, that's okay,
You curl
Tatsu.
up
I
in
stream
your
every
spot,
single
have
day,
an
so feel free to
uber
come
cool
back.
dream about chasing
And I'd
kittens.
love to read your
You
work.
wake up,
Just drop it in the
and
Discord
boom.
and all
Life
that good
is
stuff.
Perfect. That's the norm. But this nap, something felt off. My chest was doing the old squeaky accordion routine again. My legs felt like rubber bands left out in the sun too long.
I wasn't paying attention
And
to
then
your
I saw
name,
Mr.
you know.
Tall,
I was
Dark,
more
and
worried about the
Cloaked.
dog.
Looked like he lost a fight
Bring
with
back the
a demon.
dog.
And the weirdest part, I didn't smell a thing on him. Nothing. Honest to bone, nothingness. Everything has a smell. Trash, socks, oh, especially socks. But this guy, nada. Zilch. He looked at me, head tilted, and said, "Hello, Mildred." I tilted my head back. Who? Me? Yes, he said. Well, that was weird. I wasn't even wearing my collar with the tag that says Queen of the Living Room. I gave him another sniff, just in case. But no good. Listen, tall guy, I don't know who you are, but if you don't smell like bacon or peanut butter, I'm not interested. He crouched down. His eyes looked like the night, endless and sad.
I'm here to take you home.
My ears perked up. Home? Buddy, I'm already home. You see that couch? That's got my name all over it. You see those people in the next room? Also mine. This is the kingdom of Mildred, thank you very much, along with Riley, Percy, and, Nova. He tilted his head.
Nova?
She's not much older than me, I said, rolling my eyes. Golden fluff, all confidence and no sense. I think she runs the place, but spoiler, she doesn't. Percy's still learning the ropes. He's a sweet kid. Brown fur. Oh, and Riley? Old mutt. Smells like Fritos. We're the council. Nova thinks she's president. It's a whole thing. The Reaper didn't laugh, but his eyes flickered, like maybe he wanted to.
Damn, that hit hard.
He said
It's
gently.
a dead dog. No,
different.
it's a dead dog.
You've walked the length of your days. It's time to rest.
Oh, I'm sad.
Oh. My tail nub twitched, uncertain. Rest? Like, forever rest? He nodded once. I plopped down hard on my butt. Now? Seriously? Riley's still kicking. He's ancient. Basically dust with legs. Shouldn't you be talking to him first?
Riley's time will come,
The Reaper said.
but not today.
The word today landed in my chest, like a heavy bone I couldn't chew. My head dropped between my paws. But I wasn't perfect, I muttered. I barked at everyone until my throat hurt. I used the bathroom in the house a few times. That's not good girl behavior. He leaned close, shadows around him folding like wings.
No.
He said. My heart twinged a little. No,
No.
he repeated. And then his voice warmed up.
You weren't a good dog. You were the best.
Aww.
For a second, I forgot how sad I was supposed to be. My tail nub wagged once. Then it took off like an engine. The best? I said, all wag and ecstatic joy.
The best.
He confirmed.
You guarded their nights. You greeted their mornings. You made loneliness a stranger in their home. You gave joy in exchange for scraps of dinner and a place at their side. Tell me, Miss Mildred, what more could anyone ask for?
I thought about the way my family laughed when I wiggled against their knees, about the tears I licked off their cheeks when the world made them sad, about all the naps with their hands on my back, about Riley's slow, patient company, Percy's endless questions, even Nova's bossy bark. They loved me, I said.
They did.
The Reaper said.
More than you or I know.
My ears drooped a little. But what about them? Everyone. My family. Riley, Percy, and Nova. Will they be okay without me?
They will grieve,
He said.
they will wallow. For a while their home will feel too quiet, but they will always carry you in their hearts. Every step they take will be in the paw prints you left behind, and the council will help them.
Nova will drive them crazy, I muttered. She never stops barking when she's outside.
Perhaps,
He said, almost smiling.
but she'll make them laugh, and Riley will steady them. Percy will remind them that life goes on.
That did help a little. But something inside me was crying out. I don't want them to think I didn't try to stay, I whispered.
They'll know,
He said.
every hair on the couch and every memory that sneaks up on them in the middle of the night or day. That's how love works. They'll know.
And with that, my hips weren't aching anymore. My chest wasn't wheezing. I felt lighter, like the puppy I used to be. Oh, I looked up at him. Where are we going?
A place where grass is always soft beneath your paws, and the air smells like bread and open fields.
I pictured that. I pictured endless games of fetch where I actually catch the ball. It sounded totally amazing. But my eyes drifted back to the other room. My mom and dad. My everything. Can I wait for them? I asked. For when it's their time? The Reaper's face softened into something like a smile.
I don't think we'd have it any other way.
I rose to my feet, except I wasn't hobbling anymore. I felt brand new. He held out his hand, and I slipped my paw into his palm. The room melted away into brightness. I could hear laughter and the jingle of distant callers. Before it all shifted completely, I looked back one last time. My family was kneeling on the floor, face buried in their hands.
They can't see you now, but they'll feel you in every single memory. That's you, Mildred. Always you.
Who? Me? I whispered again, amazed.
Yes, you.
He said, steady and kind.
Always you.
Fuck.
Rest easy, Mildred. We love you.
Okay, we did
Hey,
make it to
start
the
off
end.
here. Thank
That
you so
was
much for listening
insane,
to
dude.
The
Yo.
Best by Dylan Putnam. Performed by Gabriel Applin. This one was a very special story written by Dylan about his dog. Who
That's
recently
about your
passed.
dog?
Mildred.
Aw,
She was
that's gonna
obviously
literally make
the
me
best.
cry.
And when I read this live, I
Aw.
can't lie, I cried a little bit. Just a little bit. And it was a really impactful story. So, needless to say, we voted on it. If you want to read more works by Dylan Putnam, you can find him on Wattpad. He has a story Brothers Umbra, and more recently, Libra. This week's prompt was, who? Me? And a final message from the author. Rest in peace, Mildred. We love you.
That's good shit right there. Hell yeah. Well, we're at it. Since we redid that thing, let's see what we got. What our numbers are, guys. Let's see. Dun dun dun. Okay, we got 6 views. Damn. Alright, we got 6 views on that one. Do you have a short one-shot I wrote if you're interested in that? I definitely am. And how much did we get here? Dun dun dun. 36 views. So we did better earlier today. So we got up to like 100. That in mind, I work in the morning and gotta get up early. Much love, everyone. We'll be lurking. Alright, sounds good, Dnaught. Have a good night. I fucking don't give a shit about language. Language can go suck my dick. No worries. Understandable. No fucks! Except about ads. Give a shit! Alright, alright. Queen, I know you're gonna be here for a while, so I'm gonna read his story first. Sorry, Queen. I'm a dick. I'm a fucking terrible streamer. But you know. I'm sorry. That's all I can do is apologize. Alright, the Wrath of a Rich Man.